Hi, welcome back. My name is Rachel and I am an artist, and today we are in a new location. That's right, we are in my studio. It's been a while since I've been up here and I haven't filmed up here. It was easier to record downstairs. There's a lot of natural light. There is a lot of natural light up here too. Now that I have my mic, it shouldn't be as echoey. Look at that. Boop, I got a mic, which I don't know if it'll be in every single video going forward, but it will be in a lot of them. Now I figured it out. Anyway, today we are going back to mosaics because I have been on a mosaicing kick. And yeah, I know somebody that can laser cut wood. So after I did the mosaic orange tree, I was like looking at it and I'm like, I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I bet I can do this better. Not that I don't love my orange tree, like it came out so cute, but it's for me and that's fine. Like, you know, when it's for you, it's like, but when it's for other people or like I'm offering some, I'm like a little more particular. You know what I mean? Like I don't want any mistakes. And so, not mistakes, like I feel like I just could have did it better. But I wanted to try more like cutting pieces and making them fit more like a puzzle. You know me, I love puzzles. And I want to try a 3D object. So a 3D, it's not a 3D object, it's a flat surface, but I'm trying to make it look 3D. There we go. Yeah, so today we are going to be doing a skull and I'm excited to show you the whole process. So I will be doing the time lapse now and I'll be talking through the whole process with you guys. So enjoy the time lapse and I will see you next time. So for this mosaic, I went back to Mosaic Art Supply and I got the stained glass again. I really enjoy the texture of the glass. I find that every piece is a little different. And so when you're breaking it up and you're using it all over the piece, when you move the piece in the sunlight, you get kind of like different textures. And I feel like that adds so much to the final product. Okay, so I wanted to start with all the darker spots first because they're pretty much black and I didn't have to do too much of a gradient. So I was just me testing out the waters and trying to get it to look, you know, like the shape. So the beginning again is a little rough. It's me kind of testing and making sure that things fit. Doing all the darkest doing all the darkest spots first. I really enjoyed this process, and you can see that I've gotten a lot better since the mosaic tree at putting down the tile glue, the tile cement. I didn't want to do too much. I found that in the last one I was putting way too much on, and then as I was pushing it down, it would like bubble up over the sides, and you can kind of still see that here. I did go back and like, you know, cut some away as it was drying so that it wasn't on the tiles. This time the tiles came out a lot cleaner than last time. So there wasn't as much tile glue drying on top of the actual tiles and me having to sit there and scrape it off. I started with the jaw. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I was using a reference photo. I wasn't just kind of, you know, winging it here. I really wanted it to make it look like a realistic skull. So I was pretty happy with how the bottom half of the jaw came out. And then I was like, okay, I started doing a little bit, again, only putting down a little bit of glue at a time because it dries pretty fast and then the tiles don't stick. And as an oil painter, I paint very slow and I apparently mosaic pretty slow. So learning not to put a bunch of glue down and then taking forever and then deciding and changing my mind on what piece I wanted to wear. As you can see, my fingers are probably super dirty. Oh, and in this one, I had a guest again. See that there's 3 hands there. My son helped me on this one, and he was laying down telling me where to put pieces. So he decided to put that white piece right there, and I think he did a good job. He was very sweet. It's nice to have a little helping hand on all my projects. I think he's learning all these new. Oh, and yeah, he put that circle one down. Did he put that down, or I put it down? One of us put it down. Oh no, he did the white part where I'm working now. Okay. But anyway, again, me doing a terrible job at filming. I I realized that I move a lot because the way I had the stand, it was kind of right next to me and it took up a lot of room. So I'm working to the right and I'm reaching over. So it kept pushing the skull up. I since have invested in an overhead tripod with a light. So future mosaics will look much more fabulous than this one. But it's coming along. At this point, I was pretty excited because I'm like, once I started adding the white and seeing how that was kind of popping, I was a little nervous with all the gray. I was like, I don't know. And then I had a few different kinds of white. There was like a see-through white, like a milky white, and then like an effervescent, iridescent. There we go. Iridescent. You can see it right there. It kind of glows. So I wanted to use that on the whitest of white highlights. So like the eye socket, the jawbone, the tip of the nose, and really, you know, make it really nice, make it pop. Especially when you see it in person and the sun kind of hits it as it goes by. You're like, oh wow, like that really. It gives like when the sun is actually hitting someone's cheekbone, kind of vibes, which is what I was going for. So very happy with that. The eye sockets were a lot of fun, and once I put those in, it really started coming together for me, and I was like, oh my god, I actually did it. But I was nervous as I got towards the end because teeth kind of scared me. I was like, are these gonna look silly? Is this gonna look weird? Or I'm like, you know, it could make or break it. It could look like, you know, a monster. But I didn't want that. Also, like this part, the black where I'm doing it's gray into the dark black. That's the end of the jawbone and into the back of the skull. It was like a little bit more. It wasn't as dark in the photo, but I was worried that people like it was gonna look weird and it was gonna look off. So I made it more darker, which I think ended up working out because it really made the teeth pop out. Yeah. And then my big debate for this project was what kind of grout was I going to use? Because I know grout comes in many different colors, and I didn't know what I wanted to use. I kept going back and forth. Should I do gray? Should I do white? Should I do black? Because I was like, you know, like white on the black areas would kind of take away from the darkness of the you know, the shade and the shadow. Using gray would make it unified and probably be okay. But then I don't know if I really wanted like something breaking up all the white areas and then kind of, you know, taking away from that part. I ended up going to a local, was it a local? Home Depot? I don't know. I went to a construction store. I think it was Home Depot, to be honest. But I got grout. So I got pre-mixed grout because I'm still a baby at this and I'm a little scared to make my own grout. I will do it eventually because I know that you have to if you want to do like way cooler colors like blue and all that stuff. So one day I will. But for now, I went and got pre-mixed grout. And I decided to do white grout and black grout and kind of try my best at keeping them in their areas. Again, I watched a YouTube tutorial before doing it. Did I? I think I did. It's been a little while since I finished this. But oh, here it goes. Yeah, so I did the edges. Don't forget to do the edges. I used my finger a lot. Don't ask how many times I've cut myself. I have. Ow, that hurts. Yes. So I did the black, and look how cute it came out. I was a little nervous doing the white over because I was like, but I did the white into, and as I was wiping it away, it started making gray in certain areas, which kind of worked out to my advantage because it helped with it wasn't a very stark difference, which I really liked. And as you can see, like where I put the white with the gray, it made it look lighter. And then where I put the black with the black, it made it look darker. So this is the final result, and I'm super happy with it. Super! It is so cute. I kind of want to keep it, but I don't. I want someone who really enjoys mosaics to take it home. So this is available as of now, and look how cute! Well, I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, and this is she. Hello, beautiful. Yeah, look how gorgeous. And you can see in the light all the texture and the light. Oh, this is she. This is me. Don't we look alike? That's right. We're all just a bunch of meat sacks underneath. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this time lapse and this beautiful mosaic coming together and are enjoying me experiment with a new medium. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.